Hey, good evening. This is White Filth. We are in the White Filth studio. We are at Adam's place and we're experimenting with some lights, with some backdrops. It's his thing. So I'll let him control me in that way. We are going to do something a little bit different today. We are going to basically do a top 10, but I didn't want to do covers again. I'm thinking about doing that over maybe, or doing the collection over. We're going to see. Before we do all that, before we rethink what we're going to do with the future of White Filth, we're going on hiatus for I think 3 weeks. I'm going on holiday. Adams is going on holiday for 2 weeks. So we'll be back somewhere around August, I guess. That way we can rethink what we're going to do, like I said, and then fix the backdrop. This is the test version, but yeah, it fits the aesthetic, so let's roll with it. Not a cover top 10, like I said, but we're going to do I just was going to do label spotlights, and this seemed the perfect opportunity. I just picked 10 records off of the Fallen Empire. No, not Fallen Empire, that's the next one. Spoiler, of the Final Agony Records roster. I kind of mixed those two. I'll talk about it more maybe, but yeah, we are going to talk about Final Agony, a label that is still in existence. I've showed, I think, the Graves of God last week. I've showed the Brakel tape and the El Iraira together with the Dead Hymns co-release. So I didn't pick those. I think I have 4. I'm blanking on the 4th one, but I have 3 that kind of made the cut, but not really. One fell off today actually, but it still made it. You know, White Filth. I can't just do 10. So yeah, 3. Let's dive in. Let's start off strong. This is Voyeur's Blood with, I have to see, I think it's Demo in a Year, something like that, or maybe self-titled. No, here we go. The Dawning of Post-Mortal Enlightenment. I'll get it out. Going to talk about it a bit. I talked about Voyeur's Blood because of the tape that came out, which was a lot more than just black metal. Let's skip the explanation for that one. This came out on Final Agony, I think, some time ago, I think, pre-corona, for sure. But yeah, I'm now more interested in the more electronic, quote unquote, stuff he is doing. This is a band coming out of the Perverse Homage stable, so it's closely linked to Orgy of Carryon, which will pop up, and there's an Orgy of Carryon in the stack, so I'll talk about it then. That's why this didn't make the cut. Very good record, very harsh, but not as harsh as Orgy of Carryon. It's a bit more music. There's a bit more musicality to it, but yeah, this is raw black metal without any influences. Then the second one is Armatus. There we go. I always was under the impression that it was a French band, but looking back into it, because I have this record for a long time. It is a German band. Armatus is Brand. Brand is Armatus, it says here. All songs by Brand, synths, bass, guitar, drum, voice. So it's a basically a one-man black metal band. It is released, I think, in 2000 or maybe 99. There's no year on here, but originally released, of course, on tape and CD. It has a cool picture. Zooming in is quite impossible, but the picture should be fine. What this is the first full length, and it's called, is it on here? EFO Hate, but no, I'm blanking on it. EFO Hate. Yeah, it's not on here, I think. Eternal Flame of Hate, that's what it's called. It is the 9th track. Nice picture. What this is basically the first full length of this German band from the late 90s. It is Lasse from Skjold actually recommended this to me, and I think he gave it to me. I'm not sure. And I put it on then, and my mind hasn't actually changed. It is still bad, but it's considered one of those early, but not early, but one of those very raw, unpolished full lengths that is actually, in my opinion, and I'm sorry for the people involved or the person involved, but as a rehearsal, it's insane. I mean, yeah, none of the instruments collide, or they do collide, but not in a good way. There are some brilliant parts, but that's when they, mostly when they just finally play together. But yeah, it's something to behold, that's for sure. So Armatus, approach with care, I guess. I don't know. Cheers. And then the last one for the runner-ups is the Appalachian Winter Vertevrak, Bosnia-Herzegovina. The Appalachian Winter is one of those bands that doesn't put out a lot of info or a lot of material about themselves, but I think they were from America, I'm not sure. Blood of the Serpent, Candle, Blade, and Vessel, and the Great Beast of Men, Hail Satan, of course. And the Vertevrak, of course, is called Untitled. This is also on Final Agony. Again, of course. There you go. A label that does a lot of different shit, as you will see in the actual top 10. Bands from Denmark, bands from the Netherlands, bands from all over the place. So, yeah. The two logos. Appalachian Winter is a band I was kind of following, but the releases are hard to get. I think I have one more. I was looking for the split with Cruel Commando for a while, but no dice. There you go. Yeah, Bosnia and I think US, I'm not sure, but just one of those weird ambient and then black metal and then everything mixed as a split should be. Then into the top 10, and we're going to start off with a bang, and I think maybe one of my favorites from the label and all-time favorites. This is Slaagd with, the title is a bit harder, Ultsvanger, I think. I'm not sure what that means. It's Danish. The cover is basically an anti-black metal cover. This is the, I think, first full length. There are enough tracks on here to be a full length. It is Posh Isolation, which is weird, 142, and Final Agony 35. So Posh Isolation is, go way back into these videos, and I will talk about that. It's been a while since we hit that. That was maybe around the time we did the podcast with Jens and Adams. But yeah, a release between those two. Posh Isolation, of course, is the Danish electronic label, electronic punk label, I would say. Slaagd is a different beast. Slaagd is black metal, raw, Danish, so it's European in style. I would say it is the precursor to the Corrupsant circle. That's basically how to describe it perfectly, I think. There are two guys that are playing here, Oscar J. Frederiksen and Adam Koskel Nielsen. There's no photo material or anything. You will see there that these releases are actually very bare bones. It's also a Posh Isolation early release, so it's always bare bones over there. Like I said, sound-wise, you should or could compare it to what some of the skilled bands are doing. It is raw black metal, European, a bit, is it post-hardcore or something influenced? I don't know, I think it's mainly black. They later became a band that would put out releases on Van Records, and I don't know where the last one came out, but definitely Van Records. They have the same trajectory as Tribulation, for example. They started as more of a death metal amalgamation with some post-influences thrown in. And then they started to do whatever Tribulation is doing now. But they had 3 or 4 brilliant records. Slaagd, same. I have the black one with the star on it. And then the Tower I didn't think I get. And the new one I haven't even heard. So yeah, but they started playing. They allowed more influences from new wave of British heavy metal, like example Iron Maiden to pick one, which is the most obvious, I would say. But yeah, they evolved into a band that kind of can play Musel rock, or what's it called, where all those bands played, the Corrupsant bands and everything. So it kind of clicks and it fits. That's the first one, Slaagd. Links will be in the bottom or at the bottom. But yeah, very, very, very hard recommend by White Filth. Then from Denmark to Canada, and it's not that long or that far off. This is Dobar Chu with Blood Curses Under the Celtic or Celtic Moon, depending where you are from. One of the later releases, I think. This could be Pandemic. I'm blanking on. Discogs is down for some reason, so I'm doing that without dates I can hit a date here and there, but it's kind of hard for these kind of records to put a date on it, simply because I wasn't aware of what I was buying at that time. It was in the trolls, or in the tail end of my raw obsession, and I didn't even know it was a Nachtlich side project, or UE side project. It is comparable to all the things he's doing, which is weird to say because they're all different, but it's comparable to early Nachtlich, the raw material. It is a bit more unhinged. I think the unhinged side came out later in Nachtlich. This is a bit unhinged. It has maybe some Iljarn sounding stuff, I guess, or undertones, but it's more abrasive than I would say Nachtlich was. This gripped me faster than something like Nachtlich. But yeah, there we go. It's all, or most of it is black metal, black vinyl. But yeah, some nice center labels. They're always nice releases, but they're always bare bones. There's not really a poster or anything in here, so keeps it cheap, and they are cheap. Most of them are records you can find here and there. Not all of them, but you know, most of them. So yeah, Dobarchu with Blood Curses Under the Celtic Moon. Is there anything else I can say? No, like I said, bare bones. There's not even a track listing on here, I think. No. So yeah. Canada. Cheers. Okay, next record is Rhinoceros RH7 Rehearsal 7. Yeah, I used to pronounce it Rhinoceros or something like it. I thought it was Latin. It's just Rhinoceros. The band is also the name of the label, which makes it confusing sometimes. I don't know, because they also released a lot of Crepulso Negro, Black Twilight Circle material. So I think they are kind of linked somewhere, the Osmandiuk and Tukaria, maybe that region of those bands. But this is one of their mid-career rehearsals, I would say. They're up to, this is from 2011, and they are up to, let's see, yeah, label. They have 9 releases, and I think it's 14 they are up to now. 13, yeah, 14. That was from 2014, so yeah, of course. So Rehearsal 2007, some time ago, of course. Beautiful cover. One of my all-time favorite covers, not just from the label, not just from Final Agony, but you know, just gorgeous. Fits the music. It is black metal, but it's so much more. There are doom parts in here. There are fast parts in here, slow parts. It goes all over the place. And for a rehearsal, the Armatus, that was a rehearsal. This is actually a beautiful EP. And like I said, they have these influences like Black Twilight Circle coming in. It is not as folklorish maybe, or is it folklorish? Not really, but it's more of the shamanistic aspect than the Indian heritage, if that shines through. It's more the shamanistic and the repetitive in sound, but not droning out until the end. This is, once again, highly recommended. This is basically like a top 10 of Final Agony, so they're all recommended, but that one, very good. Let's see where we at. Discogs is working again, so we can do some dates here and there. This is the next one, and this is once again, like with the Armatus, I always thought this was a French band, or a French collective, if you will. I'm not sure who the second guy is, but one of the guys is Werewolf, or Satanic War Master, who pops up a lot on Final Agony. They have this, especially the Werewolf stuff, a lot of it came out on this label. I didn't bring a lot, I thought I would bring the maybe lesser known. I know to some extent this was very well known in that time, like I said, 2017 in September. But it has one of those names with a lot of points on the A, points on the O. I think Vratatorvre or something like it, who is biting some guys in the neck, and then you have Baerlo, Lapidation of the Saints and Venomous Spells of Hate. This is Cruel Commando, which popped up on the Appalachian Winter records. But with Synagogue Satanea, performed for the horrifying grandeur of the almighty tyrant Pan Satan. It has Werewolf on here. It has Satanic War Master, but it sounds totally different. It is very raw for his style of playing usually. There's no synths on here, I'm pretty sure. Like I said, it has been a while. I listened or I skipped through it today, but yeah. Very good record, but very raw material from Werewolf and Friends. It kind of reminds here and there of the Legion Noir. That's why I thought it was French related. I'm not sure. 2017 seems like a lifetime. But yeah, very good. I think full-length EP collection. No, it's basically one record. It's not a collection. Not sure if the details will show up, but at least it's focusing this time. Last time it was focusing on the cover of Veles. That's the problem. If you see the video, you can kind of recognize a face in there, I think, or the camera recognized the face, but yeah, whatever. Synagoge Satanea by Cruel Commando from 2017. Then next on the docket is Kira, Kiira, with, it's kind of banged up. That's how it's arrived at my place, but let's see, let's get some help. Tulkun Jö, or Yo, I think, and then the second part is Talvio. This is a Finnish band consisting of 2 members, I'm pretty sure. Like I said, Final Agony is a label that doesn't do much info. Neither is Astral Temple and Synth of Death Productions. It is a trio release between those bands. Finnish band, unaffiliated as far as I know. The cover is kind of weird for what kind of record it is, but on the other side it kind of fits because it deals with the entire mythology of Finland. It is a Finnish band. Like I said, it's not werewolf related. It's just 2 guys who live in the Finnish woods, I think. But yeah, it is 2 pieces of music put together on one record. The Tolkunjo and then Talvio is basically titled the same way in the back. Very atypical Finnish sound, I would say. It doesn't remind me of anything. It's mostly mid-bass to slow with maybe some speedy parts here and there, but not much. It's brooding and deals, like I said, with the pagan ways, but not. I mean, paganism was different or a bit different in all countries. This deals with Finnish, of course. So yeah, it is nature worship, but yeah, good. There you go. Not sure if that will show up. Yeah. There is not much info, like I said, on this band. The only thing I could find and that I have read, that's where I got the Finnish paganism from, is the Wetting the Skite, I think it's called, the thing you use to cut grass. This is a zine. This is issue 1 and the only issue. This is a zine done by Nid. And Nid is the guy behind Gramschap, I think. He organized the Warlock Discapterion Vaal show in 2018 or 19, I think, somewhere in the Flanders, the fields of Flanders. It has a big article on Kira. Yeah, I'm saying that right, because it was banged up. Yes, Kira with a double I. So it has intro and a big article on that band with not a lot of photos or anything. But yeah, this is worth getting. I think Gramschap still has it in stock. It has Necropole, which was one of the bands I would love to see then. Warlock, which I saw, which was one of their only shows coming back. I think there is one more. Yeah, there's Walginge, which is also a Belgian band, very good. Antios. So yeah, it's worth picking up if it's still in stock and it's done really good. And some other stuff, but yeah, there you go. Wetting the Skite, or the synth. I never know how to pronounce that. Cheers. Yes, next record. Black Funeral Holocaust by Orlok. Werewolf keeps popping up. Like I said, he had close connections, or has close connections to Final Agony. It is less now, but he released a shitload of his projects. Like I said, this is Orlok. A kind of a different beast than that may be all of his material. Once again, Final Agony stands for quality in raw black metal, so it's not weird that his more raw stuff comes out on Final Agony, and this is point in case. It is from 2013. The record was released in 2014, and this has an insert. But yeah, more of a raw version of something Werewolf would do. The mix is a bit, unfortunately, the vocals are very upfront. The guitar plays a very big role. You can hear the bass, but the drums are kind of drowned out in the sound. But yeah, in all honesty, I listened to the digital version today, so I should really play the record again. Graf, Werewolf, Dirge, and Apoplexy. I'm not sure what that word means, but yeah, visuals are always on point with Mr. Warmaster himself. Very nice quality on this one. Maybe one of the best sleeves Werewolf ever did, or the label ever did. Flooded in black. But yeah, still very simple. Pentagram on there. Nice candelabra picture on that one. But yeah, very good material by Werewolf. My favorite? I'm not sure. He has a lot. So to say this is my favorite is a bit weird maybe, but since I'm the raw boy, why not? Then, finally, we're into the last 5, but yeah, 5 absolute bangers. First one, here we go. Orgy of Carryon, Obscured Ceremonies Under Hell Moon. This was the... It's kind of hard with this band because, like I said, Perverse Homage band. Once again, label that doesn't have much info out here and there. But Orgy of Carryon is basically the flagship band out of Perverse Homage, out of that stable. I think it's the same guy who's running the label. There are several other projects if you follow it a bit. Okay, last 5. Let's dig in. Orgy of Carryon, Obscured Ceremonies Under Hell Moon. This is from 2015, 2016. I'm not going to look into dates again because I get all tripped up on working my cell phone. I should know this stuff, and maybe it's on here. Recorded Winter 2015, 2016. There we go. This is one of their full lengths. I'm also not going to look into how many records they have. You should do that yourself. But this is the main band, or the flagship band of Perverse Homage, which was Defiled Light before Perverse Homage. So they have roots that go kind of back into USBM, not as far as the 90s, but in the 2000s or the 2010s. This is one of their full lengths, I'm pretty sure. It has 12 tracks on here, which kind of surprises me. It is just a black sleeve with printed and pasted on A4 red printouts. But this was the pinnacle of my F5 period. Now, I don't know, maybe people are too young or too old to know the F5 period, but when this came out, they were gobbled up. I think it's still happening, but I'm not part of it anymore. But yeah, shit got gobbled up in seconds. It is very bare bones, like the tapes were. They had a lot of tape releases that came out first, then everything was put out through labels like Final Agony on vinyl, so there's a lot of material that floats around. There's even a Holland label, or a label from the Netherlands, that released tapes for them, but I'm blanking on it. That is a long time, but yeah. This is Punishment's music. It is in the same vein as Obscuritatum, but Obscuritatum gives you some air to breathe now and then in these cold, damp Bosnian dungeons, but this thing it's America. It just goes full blast, and yeah, it doesn't let up ever. So Orgy of Carryon. If you are a maniac, you maybe will enjoy this one, but Perverse Homage is a label that is just, perverse, black, fast, angry. So yeah, situated in that part. Then a recent rediscovery for me was the Strong Blood with Crooked Cross 2009. There's no denying or doubt when this came out. Strong Blood is a band that is, I would call it raw black metal still. This is maybe one of their most bare bones releases. It is just 2 of these flaps of paper, or just printed pieces of paper with a white sleeve, and then I think I added this one even, but yeah, the same letter stamping, just A and B, which is nice. You don't need more actually. But the music is also very bare bones. This is, in retrospect, one of the records that kind of ushered in me, without even knowing it, into the I was credited Youth Attack for that, to usher me into the Iljarn stuff, I guess, the black metal that was closely linked to hardcore and punk, that had that punk, undeniable punk stomp. This has some, not oi, but just hooligan music. That's still black metal, raw black metal, because all the adepts, I'm not saying everybody checked this out and then started this band, but all the bands that are playing this style right now, it's just a very good record. It's like, it's kind of Youth Attacky, but it's also kind of Horrible Roomish, but American, I think. So yeah, there you go. Very cool. Very good. Then, one of my recent discoveries, actually. I've known the band for some time. I have this record for some time. I'm not going to look what year it is because I will be embarrassed, but this is A Circle of Oroboros from Finland. One of the bands that I, maybe just because of the fact that they have 7,000 releases out, I never ignored, but I never took the time to get into. I always followed what they were doing, picked up releases here and there. But yeah, I kind of missed the Go to War X one. It was a miscommunication, but we'll fix that in post. But this is one that came out on Final Agony. Like I said, they have a lot of releases, so a lot of labels are involved. If you are into that, you can look it up, what and how. But I read in Down and Out Scene. I just started reading because my interest just peaked 2 weeks ago, I guess, and then I refound that article. Started reading about this band and what they're into. It's very hard to put into words what Circle of Oroboros is. I talked about it a bit with Charlie, and even he struggles with words to really describe it, because it allows so much influence into... I think in the article it's stated that if you listen to this and you don't find this black metal, even though it doesn't sound black metal, you are missing the point, and I think that is the point. It is done with the aesthetic, not only the aesthetic, but just the entire thing in mind, the entire thing that is black metal, and then allow themselves to, go freely. One of the absolute key guys is in here, is an absolute key, of course. But yeah, Circle of Oroboros. Expect more to pop up this year soon. His Wounds has one too, so like I said, a lot of material. Then the 2 last ones, and maybe my 2 favorite ones. This is Blood Stronghold with, I have to see, one of those long ass titles. I hope it's on here somewhere. The Fortress is Darkening, but that's not it. God damn it, these black sleeves. The Wrath of Apparitions, I think. Yes, Apparition and Full Moon. Yeah, I don't know. There we go. The Wrath of Apparitions. I was right. Half Polish, half Australian. How they do it, no one knows. But Blood Stronghold is, like I said, half Poland. I always was under the impression, I rectified the situation, but I was under the impression that Grim Spirit from Evil Feast was in this band. My confusion was that he is in Raven Moon Sanctuary, and the guy playing in Blood Stronghold is also in Raven Sanctuary. So that Polish cluster of bands mixed with the Australian guy from Ruinspell. Ruinspell? Yeah, I think so. The Australian band that also has a ton of releases. I have a few, but not everything. Mostly on Iron Boneheads, but yeah, they came together to do Blood Stronghold. Which, yeah, sound-wise, it has that Polish undertone. Not as much as the last record. It has that Polish undertone. It has the perfect mix of the Polish sound and the Australian sound that Ruinspell does. it is grandiose, but still, yeah, still raw again, I guess. That's the way to describe it. And some of these are unknown. Some of these are, you know, classics in my opinion. This is a classic, and this is extremely underrated, and it is a crime that I just own this and another one. I don't know, yeah, I'm blanking or I'm fucking up, but this is a very good record. So the cover, the back cover, like I said, Dead Union. Now, one of my obsessions within black metal is things that are pink, like the Dead Crush, like my Alcadale shirt, and there are a few more examples. This is also one of them. So this is the, it should have been, because the limitations are always around between 100 and 150, I think. This was limited to, I think, 150 total, 100 black, and then 100 were supposed to be opaque red, and it became white, pink marbled. So I'm not sure how I got this, because I didn't get it from the label. I think I just bought it on Discogs a long time ago and then lucked out, since, like I said, it's my obsession to look into pink things. Death Heaven. But yeah, there you go. Recommended. Look into this one. And then the last, and we always end up with the Skikreich Zwartkunst Shadow Kingdom, whatever you want to call it. This is Ultima Thule with Enthralling Lunar Majesty. I gave it the black metal tag on the back. It is the black metal sticker by New Era, which is one of the best and hardest stickers. This is Poland Worship, done by two very talented black guys that once again have a shit ton of releases, but this is maybe one of my favorites. It's hard to pick from a scene or a group of individuals that has so many releases, so many talent, from Demented to Haat to Old Tower to you name it. Yeah, it's endless. Now with Fur, I mean, it's ever going. These are just two black records, and this is their only full length, I would say. No, it's one. Sorry, it's one black record. Their only full length. It came out on tape through, I think, Zwartkunst. It's not going to be on there, of course, but I think Zwartkunst. And then, yeah, put out on record by Final Agony or Tour de Garde. Tour de Garde has the tape. Or a tape, because I have the original. I'm confused. But yeah, this is a very, very good record. Sick picture. Yeah. This recording is dedicated to all who never faltered to carry the torch of the elite dark arts. Death to all who hate, deluded and betrayed. Death to all who have deluded and betrayed the supremacist cult. You know who you are. So, very cool record by Demented and Spectre. That's Ultima Thule. They have the split with Forbidden Temple, which is, you know, their only material, but it's all a very, very cool. Is cool the right words? I don't know. That's it. That was my first 10 videos, or my top 10 from Final Agony. I have a bit more from that label. But yeah, these were 10 that were very much worth talking about. Last thing I wanted to show, maybe I can cram in another update, but I wanted to show this just in case I didn't. This came in today. This is the Serpent Dweller Demo 2 that I talked about. Now it's a bit far, but you get the picture. This is the second demo from Chris, or Serpent Dweller, on Nistang. Yeah, it's starting to look like a Wyatt video, or a Wyatt impersonation video. Here is the, there we go, the J cards. I'll show it in a tape delay, but I wanted to show it because of my gratitude. There is a patch from Demo 1, but it will come up again. Just wanted to give him a shout out, and it's time interview. Let's do it. That's it. Maybe one more update if I can scratch one together. Because I can scratch one together, but if I can get the material from Adams tomorrow, the Go to Warwick's drop came in, so we have something to talk about. Small updates, I promise. Nothing, but yeah. That's it. Thank you very much from the White Filth Studios. We'll see you after the hiatus.